Hello everyone, this is JPL back for another RWBY review, and today I'll be reviewing RWBY Volume 5. Now this review is much later than I would like it to be, mainly because I've struggled here. I just don't know really what to think of the volume overall. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of great stuff. Every episode, there's always something good in the episode that makes it not a filler episode, but I don't know, it's just the way everything ends off just does not seem right to me. So far the show was good at setting up, the whole thing with Haven and, White Fang, all that, but the payoff I don't think was done right. And let me give you one example. Torres. Torres, he's not been in the show much. You saw him in the Black trailer. You saw him in Volume 3 when he cuts off Yang's arm. And when he's there, he's very dangerous. You're scared of him because of how dangerous he is. Next time you see him is in this volume. And he kills High Leader Khan. Again, very dangerous. You fear about what he can do. And then you don't really see him at all for the rest of the volume. And then he finally shows up at the end, and he's easily defeated. I feel like there should have been more time devoted to his character there, because I don't feel like that would have been how his character would have gone out. I kind of feel like it would have been much more of a big momentous occasion. Like, she defeats Adam in front of an entire army of White Fang, and then they finally decide, oh, he's a weak leader, we'll follow the strong one. Yeah, kind of a deal. But no, he goes out like a wimp, and it doesn't match up with what we've seen of his character so far. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. Maybe we'll get more of him in the future, which I hope we do. We're not done with his character, and I don't feel like they did his character justice. Another thing, the whole Cinder's hatred towards RWBY. That was building up through the episodes. And when the confrontation finally arrived, she lands one strike against RWBY, then she starts to fight John. And her focus never goes back to RWBY. She just doesn't think about her again. Okay, so you build this up, but then you don't pay off. I don't know what that's all about. Good things about this, Raven. Oh, I love Raven. She was great in this. Find out more about the birds, about why they turn to the birds. Apparently she's the Spring Maiden, which is actually pretty cool. I wouldn't have guessed that. Although I did kind of guess it the moment before. But my guess was that Vernal had died and her last thoughts was as Raven. But apparently that wasn't the case, so what you gonna do? Yeah, Hazel's one of the more bigger disappointments I have. Because he's just an interesting character. I think of our set of villains, he's my favorite. He's just so polite, he's such a gentleman. He's just so mysterious, and you like him. He sees Ozpin, and he's like, oh, I'll kill you, you monster! He's such a threat. And then it's like, my backstory, what is it? And Ozpin's like, oh, your sister died. That's it. What? Is that it? Hazel's just this interesting character. It's like, oh, he must be so messed up inside. He's not all evil, but I don't know. It's just kind of disappointing in a way. Or should I say underwhelming? Your sister died, and so your idea is to think, he's a monster. I'm going to enjoy this villain who wants to destroy a bunch of people. What? obviously, I think there's more to the story. And if that was the original intention or not, I don't know. But if it's not the original intention, I think they should fix that. Because right now, he has a weak story. And one thing I would have done is to change, like, one person dying to two. Let's make it a bit dark. So instead of, have just his sister die, let's add, bear with me, it's really dark, have his sister be pregnant. Then there's a reason to call Ozpin a monster. It's really dark. But honestly, it would work so well for his character. Then we have the whole fight sequence at the end, which was a very odd. Like, you set up this fight sequence, but then you turn away to a different fight sequence. And then it's just, you turn away to different pieces, and we don't get to see a full-on fight between them. We just get, like, a piece there, a piece there. We don't get a full fight. I mean, it's not really like the RWBY show to do this. Like, normally they would have this, they would put on an epic song, and you would see, like, how the fight works. You will see them, like, one fight here, that fight ends, you see another fight here, that fight ends, another fight there, that fight ends. And then, yada yada, go on. But no, we didn't get really a whole fight at all. It's just like, we got, like, piece of fight here, these characters are on the side, they're not doing anything, they're talking, no one's going after them. I don't know what's that about, but you know what, it's, But the only really good fights, really, I feel like, was the Raven versus Cinder, which was a great fight. Of course, Cinder's not dead. Like, why would they do that? Cliche death. I don't think that works. Another thing is that I don't really like about this volume, I don't know, they ended each episode in an odd place. They've been trying to do the whole cliffhangers. The whole Weiss thing, they end off like that. I feel like it's dumb for that whole Weiss thing because, honestly, she's one of the main characters. She's one of the main four characters. And I don't really believe Rooster Teeth would ever kill off our four main characters. Cut off a limb, yeah, go ahead and do that, but our four main characters, I don't think that works. Yeah, kill off everyone else, that works. Kill Jean. His arc is pretty much complete now. He has his semblance. You can kill him off now. Hey, there you go. I'd believe it. But any of the four girls, I don't think so. The most likely to die would be Yang, but she already lost an arm. They'll probably die at the end, but who knows? Our main protagonist, maybe not. I don't know. Another thing is the whole, Blake storyline. Blake's storyline, I don't really... It just didn't seem like it was part of our main storyline. It felt like a side story that they go to. It felt like kind of filler for me. I didn't really care about it. I mean, and also they would place that storyline like right after something like really epic with their main story goes on, and it's like why are you showing me this? This is like obsolete compared to this epic revelation going on, and you're showing me this. And the whole fight scene at the house goes on for 3 episodes, and they don't show us anything. And the fights are so weak. I mean, the Ilya and Blake fight, it's not my favorite fight. I'd probably say it's one of the worst fights of the whole show. I mean, going back to Volume 1, I think I've seen better fights. And then, they try to do the whole Sun and Gira working together, but they cut that off. And it's just, here's the thing. I'll go more into this in depth in the podcast. I'm rewatching Volume 5 now. I'm writing down like the scenes as they go, little bits and pieces, so that I can work things together. But right now, everything is just oddly structured. I mean, each timeline takes place in a different time. Like, one scene is like, oh, they're going to fight in 2 days. Then later on, it's like, oh, it's going to be happening right now. You go to Blake, it's like, it's happening in 2 weeks. I kind of feel like they should just put the Blake stuff in the beginning of the volume, then just let everything else be all the cool stuff. You know, that way just fit the time frame, but you know, towards a volume, it's a good volume. I have a lot of issues with it, but I mean, I'd rate it about 8 out of 10, and I don't really know what's going to go into the future. I'm interested in a bit, but yeah, who knows? I'll see you. I'll talk more about this in the podcast. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.